The reason Richie Sambora quit Bon Jovi. In 2013, legendary rock guitarist Richie Sambora walked away from Bon Jovi in the midst of a sold-out world tour. So what happened? Just hours before the group was set to take the stage in front of thousands of revved-up Bon Jovi fans, band members started to get a little worried, because lead guitarist Richie Sambora had still not arrived at the venue. No one had heard from him. Jon Bon Jovi had spoken to his friend and songwriting partner a few days earlier, and while Richie never gave any indication that he wasn't going to make the scheduled show, Jon sensed that something was off with his band brother. A short while later, everyone's worst fears came true. Jon received a call from the group's management, who informed him that Richie Sambora would not be performing that night, and he never got on the plane. The group's inner circle were beyond shocked. This was unlike Richie, and as far as unwritten rock group laws go, no showing a scheduled concert is considered a felony. For Richie Sambora, the other face of Bon Jovi, Jon's number two, for him to not show up for a gig meant something was definitely not right with the iconic rocker. Whatever the issue was, band members as well as management hoped it could be resolved and that Richie would rejoin the band for the next show, but he didn't. In fact, Richie Sambora never returned to Bon Jovi.
In the Bon Jovi documentary,
Richie explained why he chose to leave the band after 30 years. On one hand, it was a personal issue. Sambora stated in the documentary that his ex-wife, Heather Locklear, was dealing with some mental health issues, and their daughter needed him to be present. He also expressed feeling a bit burnt out and that perhaps Bon Jovi as a group had gone a little stale. But we also learned in the documentary that during the recording of the 2013 What About Now album, Richie Sambora was not always present in the studio. A lot of the songs on that album were written by Jon Bon Jovi and John Shanks, the band's producer and backup guitarist. Shanks was filling in for Sambora on the tracks and playing his guitar parts, which crushed the longtime guitar player, according to Jon Bon Jovi. Longtime Bon Jovi co-lyricist Desmond Child said in the documentary that by the time Sambora would show up to the studio, everything was done. Richie stated that when he finally listened to the completed album, he remarked that it didn't sound like Bon Jovi, and that was because he didn't play on a majority of the album. Sambora obviously never got over those feelings. The whole experience of John Shanks playing his guitar parts on the record gave Richie the impression that he wasn't needed any longer. He also felt that Jon was treating his Bon Jovi contributions to the band over the years as an afterthought. So, he left. Now in the documentary, Sambora apologized on camera to the fans and to the other members of the band, admitting that he went about leaving the group the wrong way. Canadian guitarist Phil X served as Sambora's replacement on the 2013 tour and officially became a permanent member of Bon Jovi in 2016. In the documentary, Jon Bon Jovi was very candid when he admitted that after 10 years, he still hasn't fully accepted that Richie Sambora's departure from Bon Jovi is permanent.